Hello, this is the Relation Shop. I'm Toya, and we have Eric and Jason. We in here 157.
People only knew what happened before.
Did you hear like her start sounded like the ladies' man? She's like, hello everybody.
Yeah, because we're over here laughing about
this
150.
is the ladies' man over here.
Exactly.
Hello everybody.
So today we're going to be talking about how to handle a sensitive spouse.
Wow.
I'm not sensitive.
Lord knows that.
I'm not sensitive, but
But
What, you looking at me?
no.
This is what this was, but
I didn't mean to do that.
but Jason cries a lot.
Oh, man.
Wow.
No, but I think I had thick skin, and it got thicker with Ahmad because he is very honest.
okay.
So he's not sensitive.
He is sensitive, but he likes
But
to
he don't want you sensitive.
communicate, and he's very transparent and very real when he communicates. So you can't have thin skin if you're going to be close to Mr. Ahmad Rashad. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he keeps it real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
he is one of those.
That's code for he's rude. That's code.
A little bit.
That's code for
little
I
bit.
don't want to take the time and effort to deliver something in a way that would be well received. So I'm just going to keep it 100. And then if you get offended, well, you don't
That's
like
on
truth.
you.
You don't like truth, huh?
That-
Yeah,
So you see?
Okay, yeah.
So you see? There you go. So my skin is
So
my skin
you
is
don't know
thicker.
what it's like to be married to a sensitive person.
Well, he is sensitive though. But
Sensitive how? How is
He
he
is
Oh,
sensitive?
so he wants to be
sensitive.
rude, but then if you do it back, he's like, "Hey, that's coming at me a little sharp." Huh?
yeah.
Like there's got to be
yeah.
range of sensitive. What has he sensitive? Does he cry when he spills his Cheerios?
No, I
Was
guess
he-
he's sensitive because he is very aware of his emotions and he wants to talk about everything. He
All
wants
right.
to share everything. He wants to really analyze everything. So I guess on that level is where he's sensitive, like he's deep.
Yeah.
So he like
he's
walks on
he's
the beach.
aware.
And
He will
a
do
good-
that.
A good novel, a good romance novel.
Yeah, if he had time to
Yeah.
read,
He had time to
then he
read.
probably would be in. But he's definitely like an artsy
So
guy.
sometimes, like a Thursday night, we could maybe, if we rolled by
Mm-hmm.
the Simmons house, we would find you laying in Ahmad's arms as he reads a nice romance novel to you.
Yeah, he would like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right up his alley.
All right.
There you go.
He's kind of like the Black Fabio.
Wow.
I guess
Really?
if you want to say that, we'll say that.
Black
We'll
Bob-
say
I
that.
don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory in the definition. He's like Fabio, who's the romance novel guy.
Okay.
But Ahmad is black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the
I don't-
black
I mean,
Fabio.
Yes, but I've
And
heard of
works.
Fabio, but I don't really
And
know
he'll
Fabio.
actually tie his dreads back
That's what I'm
too,
saying. He's
just
got-
like
he's got-
Fabio
he's
would.
got the locks.
And they're
Okay.
down his back.
And he's
so
got
there you go.
he's got the masculine strength with
you
the
go.
sensitive side.
I'm just not up on my
So-
romance novels.
well, I'm just telling you,
didn't-
like
you've heard of Fabio.
I've heard of Fabio.
You don't need anything else. Like the definition was in it. Black
It was.
Fabio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I stand corrected.
Kind of like you're like the white Jesse Jackson.
What does that I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It's the same thing.
What does that mean?
You know Jesse Jackson? You know who he is?
Yes.
Yeah, but you're white. Same thing. We're just
Help me
I
out.
don't know. I don't know either. I'm confused. It just
Somebody
sounds funny.
interpret this for me.
It sounds funny to me.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
Okay.
there you
how to
go.
handle a sensitive spouse.
That's
did you
what we are.
Did you know this? That they, and this is where you know my cynicism. I'm like, at some point we just make stuff up.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yes,
get it.
yes.
Some people are sensitive, other people, but some psychotherapists actually they've defined it and given that
course they
they're
have.
HSPs, right? Highly sensitive persons. So once you assign a name to it, then I can live in
Wow.
my whatever.
That's what
it
they
is,
came up
right?
with?
Yeah.
HS.
HSP.
Okay.
So like you would be a NSP, non-sensitive person, right?
Yeah.
So we just make stuff up instead of
Yeah.
being like, you're kind of rude. I'm not rude. I'm an NSP. I just was born
I
a
see what you're saying.
non-sensitive
I'm
person.
pretty
but-
sure today
but
he's
no,
an
so-
HP. He's just a high person.
Hype.
Hi.
Hype.
You're acting a little off a little
Hype.
bit, you know. White Jesse Jackson. I mean,
We won't go into what's behind that, but so according to one psychotherapist who wrote a book, she wrote a book called "The Highly Sensitive Person in Love."
oh,
she proposed. Now, I don't know where this may not be as scientific as a lot of your lists that you bring to the show, which are purely scientific.
Absolutely.
She says 15 to 20% of the population was born with a nervous system. Once you start going here, was born with a nervous system. Now it's like, I can't help it, right? Born with a nervous system genetically designed to be more sensitive to subtleties, more prone to deep reflection, and so then they're more overwhelmed by events because they're always overthinking everything.
Okay.
So you can see some of this. Like I remember my oldest daughter, when she was young and I put her into bed, she would always have these deep reflections of what if her burglar breaks in? I'm like, they got to come by my room. We're good. Well, what if he comes through the window? I'm like, well, the window's locked, so he can't. Well, what if he, there's always this more deep thought. What if a plane crashes through, all this deep. And I was like, oh, that's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
So I guess you could technically say she's predisposed to overthink stuff. I just, when you throw letters and a name on there, then it's like, well, just this who I am.
Yeah. It kind of cheapens it a little bit.
Makes it not working for you though.
Yeah.
So, but there are some people that are going to read into subtleties. They're going to feel stuff more than other people. They're going to think more than other people, and so that may be your spouse.
Could be.
And what do you do if that is your spouse?
You tell me.
Toya is not sensitive, so she'd be like, quit it.
Right.
Stop. What's wrong with you?
But I've learned to just be quiet.
I don't believe that for a second. Do you?
I've learned to be
buying
quiet.
Into that?
When?
I really have.
Give me a scenario.
So if Ahmad is coming to me and just saying, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what's going on, instead of me saying what I used to say is middle child syndrome, you're tripping, relax. Now I just let him talk. And I'm just like, okay.
Wow.
So while you're saying okay out this way, what's going on in here?
I'm telling myself, listen.
Okay.
This is legit. Listen.
All right.
So your okay is not like a hurry up and get it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
No, it's really
So that's what I was doing.
really listen here.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you some characteristics according to Elaine Aaron, who wrote the book and who identified
HSP.
Let me give you some.
lady.
This is what she says.
Okay.
So you can evaluate yourselves here. Well, Toya does not need to evaluate herself. We pretty well determined.
Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah.
Of stone. Okay. So here's some characteristics of HSPs according to her. One, you're affected by other people's moods. So when other people are experiencing some feeling, it impacts you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So those would be people who, when the spouse is upset with them or whatever. In fact, we were having this conversation in the community the other day, which is like one spouse expressed that they were hurt.
Yeah.
And the other spouse always returns their own hurt instead of just allowing them to feel their thing. So maybe that person is a HSP. I don't know.
Right.
Made uncomfortable by loud noises. So it's like they're kind of too sensitive, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Deeply moved by arts, literature, and music. Yeah. So they're the feelers.
Yeah.
This is so not me. Unpleasantly aroused when there's lots going on and need to withdraw to a quiet place. So if there's like too much commotion, it's like I got to withdraw to
That sounds like an introvert.
relax. Yeah, it might be. Avoidant of violent movies or TV shows. Like that's overwhelming to them.
Okay.
And then dislikes ghost hunting.
Oh. Absolutely.
I just made that one up.
No, really?
Yeah, feels like
I
it would
started
fit.
to respect her there.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Like, get on.
Yeah. But I would think they would. Because that would be overwhelming.
Yeah, it would be
Because there would be
overwhelming.
sounds, there would be scratches, there would be
stuff going on.
Jesse James laughing, there would be all kinds of stuff.
It wasn't Jesse James. But
Who was it?
Billy.
Oh, Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They were all back
That
there
era.
about the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When is the next one, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe November.
November is
Maybe.
the next.
Do you ever do it over Halloween, like the 31st?
Nah. Everybody does it then because it's so cliche and it gets too all...
Yeah, like that's what those. That's not
So the real
deal.
ghost hunters go off season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. Anywho, where were we?
Yeah, that was it. Those were what she determined were those are people who show those characteristics are HSPs.
Well,
so
do you agree with that?
I mean, she defined it. That's her. That's her thing.
she
You know,
defined
you can't argue with
That's
her.
her.
No.
She's a psychotherapist.
she came up with HSP.
Yeah, she
you
wrote
go.
a book on it.
She wrote a book.
and came up with it. Added
Yeah.
a percentage of people who deal
Done
with
deal.
it. scientifically proven.
Okay.
Not like brides.com info that Toya
Did you find something?
I mean, that's what they last week.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's for me. I think so. Whether that we just talked about really exists or not, I think if you do have a spouse who is more sensitive than you or feels like they're highly sensitive, I think part of it is like understanding where it comes from.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a reason. So maybe like this lady says they were born with it. Okay, cool. But it could be something else that happened in a relationship,
environment, growing up.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
Yeah.
You know,
The
so
biggest
I would
part of it.
want to know: have they always been this way?
Right.
Is it some reaction to something that happened in childhood? Is it some reaction to something that happened in past relationships?
Which I could kind of go with what she's saying, born this way a little bit, because you could take two people in the same environment and one turns out not sensitive and the other's.
Well, they've even research has shown that like PTSD, same thing. That some of that is we're genetically predisposed to greater. That's why two people can be in the same war, experience the same thing. One really impacted and the other not. So I think there is a genetic component to some of the stuff.
Yeah.
True.
But whether it's genetic or not, if your spouse is overly sensitive, try to figure out where it's coming from. Why is this going on? What why are you feeling this way? Where did it come from? Because I think that helps with what you don't have, empathy. And
didn't we just say that I am better now with that and I listen?
I think what we said is in your head when Ahmad's talking, you tell yourself, listen. I don't think that means you have empathy. I think you've taught yourself how to act like you care.
Sorry, I don't have my Yahweh shirt on. You're on your own. You're flying solo today.
You could touch the black shirt.
Touch the black shirt.
Hey, listen. Our shirts say what?
Stay
married is gangster.
Is gangster.
Nothing.
You're gangster.
Yeah. So
I don't expect soft and sensitive from you. I expect swim with the
you know
fishies.
what? And guess what? We are going on 12 years. So that's exactly how you get there. Like you can't. You gotta. Yeah. You gotta be gangster. You gotta be in there.
That's why I'm 28.
Ups and downs, and you push through. Whatever it takes.
I've been divorced. That's why I'm wearing a black shirt. Sorry.
Just add the two of them together and claim that.
Oh,
number.
yeah.
It don't matter.
There you go. I can do that.
It's still
12 for you?
12.
See, we got 10 coming up, so I'm getting there.
Oh.
Yeah.
He almost caught you on the second one. How do you feel about that?
I mean, well,
young.
That's what I was gonna say.
There is that. Yeah.
Not old. I mean, that's how I feel about it. So
okay. There you go.
So what do you do from your Google research?
Yeah.
On brides.com. What do you do with? Because what do you do with a sensitive person? How do you relate to them?
So I did not look it up on brides.com.
Oh.
So I am just going to say what I've done with a sensitive person.
Oh. So personal experience.
See, personal
Practical
experience.
application.
Here we go. So no, seriously though, like I said, I had to learn how to listen. What I didn't do in the past was just kind of be like, oh, you're tripping. And not in one ear, out the other. Oh, you're being too sensitive. Why? Oh man.
You're overthinking, overreacting.
Everything.
It's not that big of a deal.
Like, I have to pay because of whatever you went through in your childhood, and now it's coming into the marriage. Like, ugh, that's how I felt. And now it's instead of me looking and thinking like that, it's like, no, just really listen. Try to have empathy. Have empathy. Try to realize that this is real. This is a real feeling. They're entitled to the feeling, and let me just hear them out. Just because it's maybe not how I feel, but it's legit.
So she would set equal to each other, have empathy, and present as if empathetic is kind of this.
I guess
That doesn't sound right.
They're on the same.
I don't know.
No, I know it doesn't, but I'm saying that for her, it's kind of the same thing.
I'm just starting to think that my wife is the genius by, when I ask her this.
What?
Oh, what'd she
She
say?
said, punch them till they're not, right? To me,
Hold on.
I think that's genius.
So you said to your wife,
How
hey,
would you
we're doing
handle?
a show
Yep.
on how to handle a sensitive spouse.
Yep.
And you said to your very sweet wife,
Yes.
what would you do? And she said,
Punch them till they're not. That's genius.
And
eventually
look, they're trying to get on me.
That's hard to believe from Lisa, isn't it? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
it's
Lisa's
the quiet ones.
Yeah, she's like the silent assassin.
See?
Like
It's the quiet
like
ones.
she'll just look at you and smile and not say a whole lot, and then
She'll cut you.
and then you never
Yep.
wake.
She'll
You
cut
never
you.
wake up. You're like,
You won't even see it coming.
Yeah.
Lord, am I dead?
Yeah. So
Lisa
see?
knifed you last
But
night.
there may be something to
Yeah.
that.
Knifed you.
Maybe something to it.
Yeah, something to the, you know what, sensitive punch. You do that enough, not so sensitive.
Jeez.
Yeah, has she
like
been
it.
doing that to you when you're like, hey, I was thinking the other.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You see how hardcore I am? How do you think I got that way?
I thought it was your dad.
You know.
Yeah, I thought it was some of that.
No,
But so
no,
Lisa,
no. It's all-
so that's what happened.
Been hiding behind my
what
dad.
you had in childhood with your dad, you now found in Lisa.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
do that. Our dysfunction
yes.
gives us a type.
They're exactly
oftentimes,
the
and that's
same.
what happens. So.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yes.
Look a little
Yeah.
different, but basically personality the same.
Yeah. Close. Really close. I got to get my dad
impressive.
on this show.
All right,
I really do. I got to get him on here.
That would be great.
It would be great.
I would like that. All right, so let me give you. How about this?
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't have his Yahweh shirt on.
Yeah.
Let me give you some scriptures.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Oh, what happened?
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Not used to
Read these
that.
in the Bible. You're welcome. All right. Proverbs 15:1 says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." So how do you handle a sensitive spouse? You're gentle.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that goes against Lisa's thing. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's the opposite of punch them till they
Till they're
stop. Proverbs 12:16 says, "A fool shows his annoyance at once, but a prudent man overlooks an insult."
Annoyance at once.
Yeah.
We get that.
I overlook insults all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones I give. I give
Oh,
them
yeah.
and then I
You
overlook
forget?
them.
Yeah.
They're like, what's a big deal?
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I should start quoting that when I insult somebody and they feel offended. I'd be like, a prudent man overlooks an insult.
Wow.
Scriptures
You
say.
You're going to be prudent?
Wow.
Or you going to be defensive? What are you
Wow.
doing over there? Yeah.
There you go.
It's good.
The truth. Yeah.
like
Use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me
That's
give
what
you some stuff. So how do we practically deal with an insensitive spouse? What does it look like practically? So I'm going to give you some and you tell me what you think. All right? Number one, this is for you.
Okay.
Empathize.
Empathize.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to give you.
Yeah, you put yourself in their shoes.
Right.
Even though you may not understand why they feel what they feel.
Right.
You go, you know what? They interact with their environment and things in a different way than I do. So
Okay.
let me try to understand that and empathize.
So that's what you're doing,
good?
right?
Yeah.
Sounds like that's what you were doing.
I mean,
She was saying,
I got pulled down with it, but you know,
all she,
sounds like
all
that's
she
what I'm
did,
doing.
All
I
she
picked
did
up
was
on
move
it.
from.
I got you.
She moved from critical, quit doing that, to okay.
But that's what I say when I'm actually really saying, I'm hearing you, I'm listening,
Oh,
I'm
you use
putting
those- you use
myself.
You know
those
what?
words?
I think right now.
But that's what okay
wait.
means for me
I
in,
think-
in that moment.
I think Toya needs a break.
From what?
What you got?
From this right here. I
Thank
can
you,
feel,
Jason. What you
I can
got?
feel the heat. We got to back off a little bit. Here's what we're going
you
to
want to
do.
give her a break from reality?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little
We'll
bit
just-
here.
We'll just,
I figure
let's
she
live in
needs.
fantasy for a
I
couple
figure she
minutes.
needs
Yeah.
a game. That's what I figure she needs,
Oh,
right?
this is great. Let's
Right.
move Toya from reality to
Exactly.
losing something.
Yeah, you see how happy that made her? It's already doing good.
I'm surprised
doing
she's
great.
that game still.
Yeah.
As,
No,
you
no,
never
you got
know.
to- no.
Now let me hear the rules. Let's
No,
go, Jason.
this is
good.
easy.
See, this is what I like. Toya's like a good cornerback in
Yeah,
football, right?
okay.
They say a good cornerback has a short memory. Those are the guys, they got beat for like 4
Right.
touchdowns. And then the one time the guy that they're covering dropped the ball and they're like not in my play.
Exactly.
He beat you 10 times today. That was one drop. And you're like,
No, no.
not on my watch.
Here we go.
So,
She's
What we
got
got?
this one.
Toya, that's your new name.
So the least.
Little cornerback.
I got all kinds of names. Let's
She went
go.
from little angel to little cornerback.
That's it.
She forgot.
So
the last
one of
5
the
losses.
least sensitive people on the planet is probably the Queen, right? She has to be a little bit
Of England.
Of England.
Okay.
God rest her
Yes,
soul.
exactly.
She
So
just
I thought
passed,
in
yep.
honor of her passing, we would do a little game with her, right? So she was born in 1926.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, 1926. So I'm going to throw out some things, all right? And you're going to tell me if this is older than the Queen, right? If this came along, this invention or whatever,
Okay.
came on before the Queen was born
Or after.
she
Okay.
was born.
Let's go.
All right, let's see what you got. So let's start out with one that you may think is easy.
Okay.
The television.
Before.
After.
It was actually after by 1 year. 1927. So yeah, you got a point. You're up. All right. Let's go with the antibiotic.
After
the Queen.
Before.
It was after the Queen. The Queen is older than antibiotics. 1928.
Antibiotics for what?
Just in
antibiotic.
general.
I thought like penicillin was like the early 1900s.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you got it from your HS whatever person book.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Were you on brides.com for this info?
All right, here we go. The polygraph.
After.
After? Yeah. That's older than the Queen, yes. That was before the Queen.
Oh, it was before.
Yeah, that was before the Queen. 1921, right?
Yeah.
Let's go with deodorant. Something we all love.
After.
Yeah, I would go after too.
After, yep. Yeah. After. How about Band-Aids?
Ooh, after.
Band-Aids are older than the Queen. 1920. Batteries? How about batteries?
I would.
Before.
Before, yeah.
Those are, yep, that's before. That's before. How about sliced bread?
After.
After? Sliced bread was before the Queen, 1920.
Oh, right.
Oh, wait. No, I looked at the wrong one. Sorry. But yes, it is. It is.
Before.
All right. Sorry. I looked at the wrong one. 1928. So the Queen is older than sliced bread.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So
all right. Yeah, you got that one right. All right. Frozen food.
Before. Older
than the Queen, yes. All right, last one here. Nylon fabric. After the Queen, it is after the Queen, 1935. So, yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Not bad. Done. You know your Queen. I mean, this guy is half English.
He is.
So you'd think he would know.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're in on the Queen.
Motherland a little better.
See, I was all excited.
Hey,
look
you know
at
what? You can have my British card then. Since I've got your card.
I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll take it.
Here's a UK card that you can flash around wherever
you go. There you go.
That was fun.
There you go. Okay. You guys did pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, we got some more. You got anything?
No, go.
I didn't figure you had anything. That was a setup. You got anything, Toya? Okay, good. All right, so empathize is one thing you can do. The other is listen, which you are doing well. So I would call your okaying listening, not empathizing. So that for me, that would be the difference. One is an intellectual decision, whereas the other one is more trying to tap into their feelings. But they're emotional. Okay. So what they're saying is usually fueled by emotion. Mm-hmm. So just listen. Okay. Don't try to jump in and fix it. Let them unpack their thoughts. Be patient. Mm-hmm. Again, feelers take a long time to process, to think through. So you got to be patient with them. Watch your tone.
Oh, yes.
I was just recently talking to a couple, and that's the problem. The dude grew up in a family that's super loud, but the wife, the super loudness and the elevated tone feels like yelling to her, even though he's like, I'm not.
Right.
And so they're trying to, that's one of those differences. They're not going to meet in the middle, but he's trying to be sensitive to his tone. And she's trying to realize that it's not an attack. That's his regular volume. Yeah. So you got to watch your tone. Be quick to apologize. Apologizing shows that you understand and value their perspective.
Yeah.
So when you don't, that's kind of validate their feelings. We've done shows on validation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't overreact to their overreaction. So I think sometimes because they're sensitive, they overreact, and then you want to respond in kind, like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Just let them overreact and come back down usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll be okay. And then the last one I would say is use boundaries. So if their sensitivity causes them regularly to overreact, because sometimes sensitive people overreact and say things that they don't mean in the middle of their feelings.
Right.
And so at some point, if you've talked to them about it, set boundaries. Like, I'm not going to continue talking to you when you overreact because of your sensitivity. So when you do X, I'm going to politely end the conversation and walk away.
Yeah.
Because
or I'll punch it till you stop.
Boom.
Yeah.
Try that. Mushroom belt.
That's it. Yeah.
Period.
Perfect timing.
That's it.
Absolutely. So anyway, those are some things you can do practically, I think, with a sensitive spouse to try to meet them where they're at.
Sounds like I'm right on track. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Toya has red lipstick on.
Red. I noticed that.
And you remember the last show we talked about the attractiveness?
No.
Yeah.
She tried to act like that.
Yeah. I remember you trashing red
yours
lipstick.
is more of a subtle. It's a deeper, darker red. Mm-hmm. So I think the bright red on white women is like,
Oh,
did you just leave the
Too
club?
much.
Or, yeah, it's
right.
too
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
What are you
yeah.
doing?
No, I agree with
Yeah.
that. That's true.
Yeah, especially matched with 7-inch heels.
I mean,
that's too much.
Hey, take it
What are
from
we
the
doing?
white Jesse Jackson.
Yeah,
White women, red
absolutely.
lipstick, not good.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Okay, so I want you to go back and check out episode number 134, advice on how to handle a spouse with a lot of triggers.
Oh.
And then episode number 109, I don't recognize my spouse anymore. So check those out. And
Wow.
also check out Relation Shots. Just for,
yeah.
5 minutes here and there. Of any
5,
type
7, 12.
all of that.
Dragon.
Relationship
All of that.
advice.
Yeah.
We got you. And if you need community, check out Altered Marriage. We are in there chatting it up and having a good time. So thank you for joining us today.
Adios.
See ya.